Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. This is your Atalanta versus Manchester United preview. It's the Champions League group stage. It's Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, kick-off. Now the other week, Manchester United beat Atalanta 3-2 at Old Trafford. Manchester United overcame a 2-goal deficit. And the goals came from Mario Pezelic and Demiril for Atalanta. Manchester United's goals came in the second half from Marcus Rashford, Harry Maguire and Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo scored the winning goal. Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 3-0 win against Tottenham. It was a very good performance by Manchester United, and I had to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer credit for his tactical changes. Solskjaer went with the 3-5-2 formation. He copied Antonio Conte. It's going to be difficult though for Solskjaer to stick with the 3-5-2 formation. Analysing the vast majority of the games Solskjaer's managed at Man United, he's gone with the 4-2-3-1 formation. Solskjaer did say after the win against Tottenham that the experience was key in Man United's win over Spurs, and Solskjaer hints that the Cavani and Ronaldo partnership is staying. It was good to see Manchester United respond to the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool last Sunday. It was a crucial victory for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Reflecting on the win against Tottenham, Solskjaer's job is saved for now. If Manchester United would have lost to Tottenham, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could have been sacked. The goals against Tottenham came from Cristiano Ronaldo. It was a very good goal. He executed the volley to perfection, and it was from a tight angle. It was Ben Davies that got caught out. Ronaldo has now scored 7 goals in all competitions since he re-signed. Ronaldo also got an assist in the game. That's his first assist since he re-signed for the club, and he also had a goal disallowed. Manchester United's second goal came from Edinson Cavani against Tottenham. Lovely goal by Edinson Cavani. He dinked it over Hugo Lloris. And the third goal came from Marcus Rashford. It was a breakaway goal. Rashford come off the bench. So yeah, reflecting on the win against Tottenham, that should give Manchester United confidence going into this game against Atalanta. After Atalanta, Manchester United play Man City, and that is a massive game. Atalanta, they're coming into this game on the back of a 2-2 draw with Lazio. Atalanta are sitting 5th in Serie A. Atalanta have finished 3rd in Serie A for the last 3 seasons. Their current manager is Gasperini. They have got some injuries of Atalanta. I think they've got 5 players out. Obviously, they had them players out in the 3-2 loss at Old Trafford. I do know a few of Atalanta's players. Obviously, they've got Joseph Martinez, and they've got that Jurgen Damm. They've got Pezelic. They've got Demiril as well. I've got a few others here. They've got Robin Gosens. He's a defender. He's one of the players that's out with injury. They've got Juan Musso. They've got Matteo Pezzania, midfielder. They've got Zabi Costa, defender. Got him from Chelsea. They've got Martin de Roon. Hans Hatebar. He's another one who's out with injury. They've got Rossi, one of their goalkeepers. So yeah, that is quite a few of Atalanta's players. Now, on my next video, I will be giving you my predicted 11 for this game. By the way, Paul Pogba can play in this game against Atalanta, because obviously it's the Champions League, not the Premier League. Pogba has got 2 games to serve. He's done 1 game already. Pogba got sent off in the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool. The reason he got sent off was for that 2-footed challenge on Naby Keita. Pogba didn't start against Liverpool, and I heavily criticised Solskjaer for that, because I think he should have started Pogba against Liverpool. It looks like Paul Pogba is leaving Manchester United, because Mark Ogden said not so long ago that Man United are prepared to let Paul Pogba leave on a free transfer next summer, after accepting that he will not sign a contract. Romano said not so long ago that Pogba wants Solskjaer sacked. Sky Sports said after the game against Liverpool that Pogba rubbish his report to Solskjaer, because it said Pogba snubbed Solskjaer after Liverpool defeat, and reflecting on that, contract talks were put on hold. Earlier on this season, Andy Mitten from The Athletic said that Manchester United offered Pogba £400,000 a week to stay at Manchester United. That would see Pogba become the second highest earner at the club. At the moment, Pogba receives around 290 grand a week. Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next summer. Before the start of this season, Pogba rejected a Man United contract. But I think Pogba's enjoyed a very good start to the Premier League season. You know, he's got 7 assists so far. He produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while, and he sustained a couple of ankle injuries at Man United. This season is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far, and he's our most expensive sign at the moment, because we paid £89 million for him. Anthony Martial, he may not be involved in this game because he's still out with injury. As far as I'm aware, he's the only player that's injured now. I think Amad Diallo is now back. In regards to Solskjaer, will he get until the end of this season? Well, it depends on how things go from now. You know, if we can go on, a 10-11 game winning run, then maybe so. And then if we do that, my perceptions will start to change on Solskjaer. I am still Ollie out at the moment, despite the 3-0 win against Tottenham. I still think there's quite a lot of United fans that are Ollie out. I can't change my perception on the manager after one, game. Obviously, there was rumours of Antonio Conte coming in to replace Solskjaer. Now I'm hearing Tottenham want Antonio Conte to replace Nuno Santo. Nuno Santo is going to get sacked by Tottenham. He got booed off yesterday. It did recently say that Man United lose interest in the expensive Antonio Conte as Solskjaer gained a lifeline. Well, according to the Daily Star, Conte would demand a contract until 2025 worth an estimated 18 million a year. Sky Italy said not so long ago that Man United made initial contact with Antonio Conte, and it did mention that Antonio Conte wants the Man United job, but he said the Man United board were not keen. Conte said not so long ago that he's got reservations about the club's structure, but according to many Man United fans, Conte would be the man. Conte is a far superior manager to Solskjaer. Conte's got a good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware he won in his home nation. And he won the Premier League in his first season when he managed Chelsea. So he's managed in the Premier League before. That's beneficial. He's available because he left Inter Milan at the end of last season. But yeah, I don't think Conte is coming to Man United now. I think Conte will go to Tottenham or he'll go to Barcelona, and plus we're sticking with Ole for now anyway. There has obviously been rumours about Brendan Rodgers as well. Mark Ogden recently said that Brendan Rodgers could take over at Man United if Solskjaer gets sacked. He says Brendan Rodgers is a potential replacement for Solskjaer. He said Man United want Brendan Rodgers over Antonio Conte. There's been some United fans demanding Zinedine Zidane in, but I'm very sceptical we'll get him because reports from Spain have said that Zidane is not interested in becoming Manchester United manager if Solskjaer gets sacked. He's enjoying life away from football management. But if Manchester United do decide to sack Solskjaer, Man United will have to pay Solskjaer 7.5 million because in the summer Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. And we made a mistake giving Solskjaer that contract because I can assure he won't see it out. Well, prior to the Tottenham game, the Mirror said that Man United had given Solskjaer 3 games to save his job. So obviously, 1 game's gone, he's got 2 games left. If Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager in December, he'll be celebrating 3 years in charge of the club. This season is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager, and I did mention at the start of this season that this season was going to be massive for Solskjaer because he's got big expectations to exceed. Revert back to what I've said before though, I think the expectations are far too high for Solskjaer to exceed as Man United manager. I think Solskjaer has lowered the standards at the club as manager. And I just think Solskjaer's in a position that he shouldn't be in. And Solskjaer is not capable of winning trophies as Manchester United manager. He hasn't won a trophy yet as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. I hate to say this regarding Solskjaer, but I'm being realistic. I adore Solskjaer a lot for what he's done for the club. Solskjaer is a club legend. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Ferguson's guidance. And Solskjaer had a proven pedigree when he was a player, but unfortunately, he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, and that is definitely a concern. Manchester United endured a very good summer transfer window this year. Spent around £141 million. Brought four signings in, brought Tom Heaton in on a free from Villa, brought Sancho in from Dortmund, brought Varane in from Real Madrid, and re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. And Solskjaer received very strong backing in the summer transfer window. John Murtough backed him, Darren Fletcher backed him, Ed Woodward's backed Solskjaer, and the Glazers backed Solskjaer, but only because they'd been persuaded to. Solskjaer's endured like 5 transfer windows now as permanent Man United manager. And Man United have got a very good squad. It's a title winning squad, so in reality, Manchester United should be winning the Premier League this season. Well, I think at the start of this season, Solskjaer did come out and say that his ambition was to win the Premier League this season. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years or so ago now. So reflecting on what I've just said, Solskjaer has no more excuses. But when we've been inconsistent and when we're inconsistent and results aren't going our way, not all of the blame stems from Ollie. Yeah, he's accountable for certain things, but there's also players that have had to take responsibility for the poor performances and poor results as well. It's never just all the manager's fault. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got appointed in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Manchester United manager since March 2019. The reason Solskjaer got the job permanently back in March 2019 was reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. If Solskjaer does get sacked, he will be the 4th permanent manager to be sacked since Ferguson, because Man United have already sacked 3 managers since Ferguson. Sacked David Moyes, sacked Louis van Gaal, and sacked Jose Mourinho. And you know what? Manchester United are not even really known as a sacking football club because we haven't got the structure to keep sacking managers. We haven't been the same team since Ferguson retired. A lot of United fans predicted it was all going to go wrong when Ferguson retired, which obviously it has done. No one is going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club. Ferguson brought success to Manchester United. He won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United, so that just indicates that it takes some managers time to settle in. Ferguson endured a 27-year managerial tenure at Man United, and by the way, Ferguson has backed Solskjaer. He backed him after the humiliation to Liverpool. Now, Manchester United are going to offload players next year. I definitely think Martial is going next year. Martial doesn't really get in the team, plus he's out with injury at the moment. And he's not good enough to represent the club. Before the start of this season, though, it said Solskjaer refuses to sell Anthony Martial, as he remains part of his plans. Solskjaer seems to have a lot of trustworthy in Martial. Don't forget Solskjaer was the one that gave him that number 9 shirt. The best season I recall Martial having at the club was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. Martial's been at Manchester United for like 6.5 years. He's got 3 years left on his contract. And he scored like 79 goals for Man United in all competitions. We got Martial in a deal worth 54 million from Monaco back in 2015. And he said a while ago now that Man United will demand close to the 54 million they originally paid for Martial back in 2015, to sell him. I think Cavani's going next year, unfortunately. I can't say I want Cavani to leave, because Cavani has made an impact since he's come in. Cavani was out with injury earlier on this season. Cavani's got under a year left on his Man United contract. It was back in May he signed that 1-year contract extension, and he receives over £200,000 a week. Cavani has got a good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at PSG. He was also a long-serving player at PSG. I think Juan Mata is going next year as well. Juan Mata's contract at Man United expires next summer, because earlier on this year he signed a 1-year contract extension. I can't understand why Man United extended Juan Mata's contract for the further year, because Mata doesn't get in the team, plus he's ageing up and he's lost that yard of pace. But despite that, I reckon he has had a good career at Man United. Mata's made over 200 appearances for Man United in all competitions, and he scored over 50 goals. And he's been a long-serving player at the club. He's endured 7.5 years at Man United. The first part of last season, he rejected an 18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. We got Juan Mata back in 2014 from Chelsea for 40 million. We brought him in under the David Moyes era. Mata can play as an attacking midfielder and he can play as a right winger. Jesse Lingard, I think he's going next year. As you all know, Lingard is planning to run down his contract, because earlier on this season it said Lingard rejected a new Man United contract offer because of 2 players, and the other month it said Lingard rejected a Man United contract over playing time concerns. His current contract at Man United expires at the end of the season. ESPN said earlier on this season that Lingard is a target for Barcelona and AC Milan. I think Solskjaer wants Lingard to stay though. Lingard's played a few times this season. He didn't start against Tottenham yesterday, but he did come on. The second half of last season, Lingard endured a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. I can assure Donny van der Beek is leaving the club next year, because Donny van der Beek is not getting enough game time at Man United. Again, Van der Beek played no part against Tottenham yesterday. He's a good player, but I haven't had much of a perception on him at Man United, and I have said that Solskjaer needs to start Van der Beek, especially in the Premier League, because he's a good player. Prior to the Liverpool game, Solskjaer did admit that Van der Beek is frustrated and disappointed over his situation at Old Trafford. I don't think Solskjaer wants Van der Beek at Man United, because if he wanted him there, Solskjaer would play him on a regular basis. Earlier on this season, Van der Beek was furious with Solskjaer, as he was left on the bench in Man United's win against Villarreal, and reflecting on that, he said Van der Beek will try to force a January transfer away from Man United. Earlier on this season though, Van der Beek told Solskjaer his best position. He reckons he'd be best served operating as a number 6 or as a number 8. And Van der Beek spoke about his Man United future in an exclusive interview with Rio Ferdinand. Said earlier on this season as well, Van der Beek's agent is said to be working hard on finding a new club for his client. Many clubs have been in for Van der Beek, so he's been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation. He's endured a difficult 18 months at Man United. This season is his second full season, and we got him for £40 million with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025 and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Nemanja Matic, I think he's going next year. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still gets his chances. Surprisingly though, Matic is ahead of Van der Beek in that midfield. Matic didn't start against Tottenham yesterday, but he did come on and he made an impact because he got the assist for Marcus Rashford's 3rd goal. Matic has been at Manchester United for like 4.5 years. We got Matic for 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. And I think next year, Tellez is going, Jones, Bailly and a lot are going. And I think Dean Henderson will go out on loan because Dean Henderson doesn't get his opportunities now because De Gea reclaimed the number 1 spot back. Dean Henderson has only been in goal for 1 game so far this season, and that was West Ham in the Cup. There again though, Henderson was out with COVID for a while. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.